Hello and welcome everybody back to the Dumbass class with me, the Dyslexic Gamer, as I'm joined with my players as always. So, in the last episode, our players bravely managed to shut down or open the bridge, which in turn shut down the gate, stopping the hordes of the Tyranids from rushing through. With their portal shut off, reinforcements could no longer assist them, and our party were moving through, cutting down the horrible Gribblies. However, last time, one of our acolytes had a mere moment of something weird and freaky happening with a data slate, a red screen. Fortunately, that was smacked away and is currently on the floor.
Insert the prodigy here.
No, sadly not. YouTube would not approve. I can insert some approved by Hook Sounds apparently combat music for the start of the turn. Now there are not many Gribblies left. For Liliana, I have moved all the Gribblies to the token layer, so these are all the ones that you have killed. So we will jump straight back into the action so that we have some time for things to happen afterwards. So, Darius, you are up. I don't believe there are any ill omens or effects going on. I think that was all last week.
Yeah. Not yet.
Yeah, so, he's on melee. Yep. So I was firing. Yep. I was shooting my gun.
Downtown.
I can shoot through the Inquisitor there, can I? Or probably not.
Yes, you can shoot through one ally.
Alright, well.
And where he is, he's more fighting to the enemy side. So
I'm gonna have him short range. Still short range, so I get an extra +10. Semi-auto, so every 2 I get an extra hit, and I don't believe there's any other negatives, unless there's one for...
No, I mean, if you miss by 1 degree, you may have a chance of hitting him, but apart from that...
Well, so this guy over here is not in combat.
No, he's not, but you are shooting through a comrade.
Alright, true.
So that's the only...
We do get 1 fate point back, right?
You do. Every session you regenerate 1, or on long time skips.
Oh boy.
Shoot the Inquisitor in the back of the head. Do it.
Fortunately, his Rosarius.
What a guy.
Yeah.
You're speaking instead of thinking.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to save the fate point. We're going to need it later, so I'm just going to misfire, or basically misfire. Does that automatically hit him, or is it just there's a chance to hit him?
There's a chance in that he does have a Rosarius.
Ah. Yeah, no, I'll say I point that. I don't want to shoot the Inquisitor.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he has a so just to clarify, he has an icon of the just. So he has a 55% chance that it will go off. Holy shit. But not needed with now. Ooh, what's that? 8 degrees of success?
Yeah, that's 8 degrees. This is 3 round burst only, so can I do
Sure.
2 on that guy and then 1 on that guy?
Sure,
That's
you
possible.
can. You can indeed. So the first one does not dodge.
Yeah, I believe they have dodge.
And the second one does not dodge. Nuffle is with you.
Yes. So first 2. And the second 2. Oh, sorry. Just take the first one there at the 8.
Yep. Righto.
Sorry about that. Oh boy.
So the first one that you fired at is turned into this disgusting, stinking pile of insect meat. Basically, is what I would describe it. Just this mulched up carapace and gooey flesh. But the other one is hit, and it looks angry.
I yell to Liliana to, well, don't forget behind us.
Sure, you could do that by all means.
I mean, sure.
Winters, you are up.
Then I'm gonna get my gun, rest on the window, and aim at this guy.
Sure, you can do that.
Don't think I can do anything else. Wait, do I have quick draw. I can actually shoot this round. Because I would have thought I need to get my gun ready, but I actually have quick draw. So I'm just gonna single shot. Any further modifiers?
Nope, and you don't have the issue with the Inquisitor because you're firing in between, not through. So you do indeed hit, and the creature cannot dodge. So please roll for me some damage. So an almighty 12, but unfortunately no pen. So that goes to...
It should do some damage.
It is hurt, but you would notice a lot of the pellet, a lot of the autogun rounds don't seem to penetrate much, or they're deflected off of its armor. But you imagine the kinetic force would definitely leave it heavily bruised, and it does look very weak after your shot has hit it. It wasn't quite enough.
Question: is the Inquisitor hurt at all?
Yes.
No, he is not. Because last time when he was hit by the creature, I completely forgot that creature was stunned for 2 turns, so it could not do any attacks. So I just deleted that, so he's perfectly healthy and fine.
Okay.
In that case, I'm gonna move towards the... here's the problem. My charge is 9. If I run here, that's 10. So in that case, I'm gonna half move forward, and I'm gonna cast here to help Ezio, because Ezio is injured, and that was just reminded me of the creature behind us. So
Sure, you can see it. If you were shooting a weapon, some of its body would be blocked. You're firing a mind beam, pulse, bullet thing, so it doesn't matter.
magic.
It automatically hits it in the chest.
Oh,
Hey!
that is still hit.
Sadness. No doubles. Great sadness has
I had
befallen
enough
us.
of those last week.
I didn't though.
No, you didn't.
More!
So can it dodge?
I don't think it can. I believe Ezio fired at it last time. And it,
I think I took a shot in it. I don't recall if I...
I think it has its turn between Ezio
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then, so it would have its dodge up.
No. So it.
I mean, Ezio is
No. So
him, but-
Ezio. Oh yeah, Ezio would have fired at it, and then it would have got his turn. So yeah, so it still has its dodge. Yes.
which is unfortunate.
Yep.
It is. You'll have to hope that Nuffle is.
Well,
kind.
it's 2 hits, isn't it?
It is.
So 2
It is
hits,
good.
it has to get at least 2 degrees of success.
It isn't,
not?
in fact. It isn't. So
Okay.
you strike it twice. However, it does look healthy, happy, and in the prime of its Termagonti life.
Not anymore, it doesn't.
So as the first mind blast strikes it, knocking its head clean off of its shoulders, its head kind of just spins in the air as it looks down, as the second bolt just pushes its head over to the side ever so gently as it falls straight into the gutter. The body splurts out some disgusting, foul-smelling ichor before convulsing and then falling on the floor dead.
You know, I like the description enough that I won't.
You don't need. You just don't need to. It's a mook. It's a righteous. You just a little puff to get it into the gutter where it belongs.
There you go. Is that a Tormagant or is that a Hormagant? I never remember.
Tormagant. Termagant.
No, Termagant. Termagant does gun. Formagant does knife.
Yeah.
And Turvagon births them.
Yeah. Termagant is, oh god, that's a giant pregnant monster that just doesn't stop popping them out.
And looks disgusting.
Yeah, the names of the creatures are they go past me quite a bit. For the Tyranids. But anyway, Ezio, you're up. There are 2 creatures left after the assistance of Liliana. You have one directly to your north. It is in combat. You have another one directly in the north.
I don't care about combat. Remember.
What was that?
That combat doesn't matter to me.
Well, no, the creature next to you is dead.
No, I meant to say that if someone is in melee, you can shoot without penalties. And I think
yes.
without hitting.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're completely right. But yeah, you have one there that is in melee and one at the top that isn't, essentially. So there are 2 options.
I think I'm laying.
You're prone at the
lying
moment.
on the ground. Yeah, prone. So I stand back up for a half action, I suppose.
Yeah, that is correct. Although there is no negative to shooting at prone. So if you're just going to shoot, you can just stay prone, and there's no negative whatsoever.
I would like to half a semi-auto. Gives you about 12 o'clock.
Sure. It still applies if you miss by 1 degree, you still hit the Inquisitor. But yeah, you can do that as long as you don't stand up.
No, that's not correct. He prevents any chance of hitting friendly targets as well.
That's for the minus 20. That's for the minus 20. So you don't get the minus 20 anymore. But I'm not sure if it's a proper rule or if it's a house rule that's just been established. That whenever you shoot.
Proper rule.
No. So whenever you shoot into combat, if you miss by 1 degree, you shoot your friendly or the other person in combat.
I mean, if you say it still
that
applies, it still applies.
No. Why don't you?
Yeah, no, that would be one that I personally would keep in the game, but you don't take the negatives. So it's only if you miss by 1 degree that you actually shoot him. Although that has happened once today already. I think it's just happened again. Like, that's rare. It's rare, is it, to have it happen all in the same turn?
What does the reliable qualifier do again?
So you don't
no,
jam.
that's 99.
Yeah, you don't
So you won't
jam.
jam, so you will shoot him in the back.
Yes, you will. You will shoot him in the back if you don't re-roll. You do have, funnily enough, you do have a new another fate point refreshed just this session.
I'll reroll then.
By all means, you don't have to. You don't have to, but it is probably advised.
I don't think it's proper form to shoot your officer in the back.
What's the Marauder rules again?
This is not the guard, so he would at least understand it's the middle of combat. It's I can see why, but he probably would give you some shit for not shooting the one that isn't in melee.
Your next one would have been 40 again.
Yeah, and then a 4 and then an 8.
Oh.
You do have a 99 in there, so.
I had 100 somewhere. No, and a 1. Shit.
We'll see what Nuffle generates you for your next 100.
Is roll 20 also slow for you people?
Yeah, rolling dice has been a bit slower recently.
I have noticed
No,
that with some
just-
people.
Just
Oh.
entire interface.
Yeah, for some users, it has been rather slow.
I
Well,
hit
that is a hit with
No.
a 44.
also semi-auto. Don't forget.
For sure. So that is 3 hits because you have 5 degrees. 4 plus 1 for succeeding. So please roll me 3 lots of damage.
2 times.
You got 5. You got 5 degrees, dude. So that's
Yeah, but
oh no, hang on. First one, the third one.
2.
Ah, okay, cool, gotcha.
It's its max rate.
It's my max rate.
Sure. Not a problem then. So I can tell you, even though there is no pen, you do more than enough to end this poor creature's life. How dare you, sir? How dare you? But you... yeah, you did need both shots. So you're going to the map player. I banish you. So, Mordecai, you are up.
Yes, I am. And there's only one thing that's left, and oh, you shot the one that's in melee. Okay, good.
Yep, it's
for some
just that
reason
one.
So yeah, I'm gonna aim and shoot at it
And he does
with-
look hurt.
with my bolt pistol.
Although you too look hurt. So as he stares
Yes.
at you and you're bleeding, you stare at him and he's bleeding. There's a sense of kill or be killed in the air.
Yeah.
I was thinking you went for... I was thinking you would go for kinship for a moment there.
Thought
That's. I mean, it's me shooting.
Would you like to
Misses.
re-roll?
Ah. I need my rerolls for other stuff.
So, the creature, knowing the fact that it is cut off from the hive mind and it is doomed, it is doomed.
Probably doesn't even know that it's cut off from the hive mind. It's just an
No,
animal now.
it would, because it's there are no synapse creatures. Well, actually, no. I understand where you're coming from now, because it's turned back into a beast. It is just a feral creature now. So,
Yeah.
sadly, this is not point blank range, because damn it, I always hit the wrong button. Because it has a pathetic distance. So it is in fact just short range. It does hit. So Inquisitor. Oh, actually, I can just roll a 1d100. Inquisitor, no. I believe he has a dodge. Oh, beautiful, good. I didn't want to do more maths. So he dodges out the way.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
No, the Inquisitor has a dodge.
Oh, okay, sorry. I missed. Yes.
No worries. The Inquisitor steps forwards, and he's going to smack it. He's going to smack it with his shield and his sword, as he has done over and over and over again. In fact, he's going to do an all-out.
Smack it real good.
Oh, but it has its dodge back now.
So the suppression shield hits. Ooh, hang on a minute. Bollocks, did I do a lightning, or did I do a... sorry, not a lightning, a swift attack. I was meant to do a swift attack, but then I did an all-out. Bollocks. Why did I do an all-out? I think I was thinking of something completely different when I did an all-out. That was very dumb of me. So, okay. Well, we'll do an all-out with the sword as well. And then I'll do his is... Okay, cool. So either way, the creature is fucked. So we're going to do damage with the sword, because if it dodges the shield... can't dodge the bow. Okay, cool. Never mind. Did the shield kill it? Yeah, shield did good. Shield did good. But it only had 1 health anyway, so the Inquisitor smites it down. And quite beautifully, as the turn comes to an end, there's a moment where you all just catch your breath. You know, you're looking around, checking the bodies, making sure perhaps Darius is a little bit more paranoid than the rest of you at this almost utter quietness as the fight ends. The creature's clicking, chittering sounds stop.
I'm going around it. I'm going around each body with him.
Everyone roll me, except from Winters and Mordecai. Everyone roll me perception with a plus 30. Sorry, not perception, awareness with a plus 30.
Can I roll a Psyniscience?
You can roll a Psyniscience, yes. The only reason you two can't roll this is because you're looking up at the sky and you're in a building.
How many nose hairs does Inquisitor have?
No, unfortunately, you weren't.
Smacking it with a fucking thing.
You weren't looking in that direction. As the battle comes to an end and Darius and the Inquisitor begin to be heard over the quiet, all of you who succeed just see up in the sky a light flash. What, in the throne? What, by the throne?
Are they all dead? Please say they're all dead.
Oh, I think a whole lot of people are dead. But, the creatures are...
I'm not far off joining them.
Wait, what?
Yes, same here. I could use a medic.
The
I'm
Inquisitor's
sorry, what do you
pointing
mean
to
a
the
lot
sky.
of people are dead? I look up at the sky.
Did you fail your...
I did, yes.
Oh, you did. Okay, fair enough. Sorry. I was looking for your...
I'm looking up too. No, where did you point it out?
You would just see the last trails of debris and atmosphere being pushed out in a kind of... the way an explosion looks when it's in space and has no atmosphere to hinder whether it goes up, down, left, right, or, you know.
Basically, as an expanding fifth sphere.
Yeah.
How big of an explosion?
It's not ginormous. It's not ginormous.
I mean, it must be ginormous if it's seen from... if you can see it from orbit.
It just has to be bright.
Well, so in terms of how big it is, you know, it's not like the entire sky has lit up, but there is definitely there's a new star for a few moments, and then it dies away. Imagine an explosion on the International Space Station where something quite large went up. But then imagine the International Space Station as, like, I don't know, 1 million times bigger for a 40k, space station, shipyard area.
Yeah. Sir? What the fuck is that?
What happened? What?
I can only imagine that's where the starport is. Or that's a ship that's in orbit. Gather yourselves here for a moment. I'll get on what comms we have left. The Inquisitor runs. Not a British officer. He runs down to the transport seeing that it's kind of battered, he looks at the two PDF soldiers inside. There's some talk that's going to go on between them. If you guys want to do anything, like heal yourselves or do anything else, by all means.
I'm gonna take my cloak off and wrap it round the data pad that I slapped out of Winter's hands, looking at them a little bit. What the fuck is wrong with this thing? And then be like, can you please? Have you got any meds? Fucking, they wanted me dead for covering you.
So with your Cynicians, there is a very low psychic residue, maybe not residue, maybe a low psychic substance. That is the data slate. It is psychically active.
Oh, okay. I mean, I still treat it the same in putting my cloak over it. Then I changed what I say slightly to, you shouldn't touch that. Something psychic is going on with it.
Also, psychers, regain your Cynicians, your psi rating.
Oh,
Crackle is over, thank fuck. I can fuck us over more.
With the destruction of the ship or Scarport.
But yeah, Winter, can you must have some meds on you. And what was this about a starport?
It will work. Eris is AFK. Just so you know.
I'm also going to wrap up the data slate and put it in my bag. Be like, this is something to deal with, not right now.
I'm going to approach Darius, put my hand on his shoulder and say, "You doing okay, friend?"
I see why you hate those things.
I'm just looking at all the fucking bodies laying in all over the fucking place, and yeah. That's I'm gonna go see what the Inquisitor has got. Yeah, alright. Well, because
You can overhear the Inquisitor. He seems to be on his comm bead. Using, you can hear, Darius, that as you get to the car, it has been shot up, but the engine is ticking over as you arrive. Yes, that's right, Commissioner. I want this area completely sealed and cleaned up. Don't let any citizens near this area. I need your most trusted personnel to clean this filth up. I will return shortly once I have a grasp of the situation. You're telling me there is no Vox communication with the station? Very well. I will utilize what means I have. Do as I have commanded and praise the God Emperor. May he protect us all in these times. Darius, what can I do for you? Are your people ready to move?
I didn't have any prep there. I think you want to see if there's anything, any updates or.
I've got the county commissioner's best PDF to come in and seal up this area and to burn this filth away. We'll have to investigate afterwards to see what kind of impact this has had on the citizenry. But it seems as if this thing is over for now, but I'll need Winters to disable that bridge immediately.
We'll come down and join you guys. I think, well, Winters found it. What was causing that was a data slate. It's got some kind of psychic resonance on it. I don't know how to describe what it did to Winters. Bewitched you, I guess? Stunned you? So, yeah. Probably dangerous. I've wrapped it up for now. If it can create a portal or something, whatever that was.
That thing was a Regia Occulta. In Low Gothic, it is a hidden way. They are phenomena. They can be opened through sorcerous means, yes, but they can also open naturally. It's
This was most definitely not natural.
no, it doesn't seem so.
Someone created it. And I'm gonna hold up the capacitor and point at the connection ports. These are not even Imperial. These are custom made.
Then we are dealing with people who have a great deal of knowledge and power at their disposal.
Just sounds like a day ending in Y.
I've ordered the commissioner to keep the bridge up. It'll have to be dismantled at another time. Winters, go over there and ensure that the bridge cannot be lowered. I don't know if there was anything else at play here, but if it's just the lowering of the bridge and this infernal effect this world is under, then we cannot have some accident happening. Emperor knows what would happen if a larger swarm had got through, or if we were not here to stop it. On top of that, we're gonna have to find a way to get back to the space port and up to the space station. The commissioner has no Vox communication with it. We must find out what is going on up in orbit.
Sir? Is it possible to figure out who is responsible for reassigning the bridge construction?
I'm sure that will come at a later date. For now, we need to get to orbit, and we have to get a grasp on what is going on here. As soon as we're done with our cleanup, something in space blows up. I want to know, and at the moment we can't exactly find out. On top of that, we have this heap of junk to transport us another 7 days to get to the starport to find out what's going on. So, Winters, if you would not mind, after you have disabled the controls.
To go back. Auto shelter. Where did we park our gun cutter again? I forgot to write it down.
A week away.
At the starport.
Yes.
Yeah.
At the starport.
You see,
Quick.
you
Go
hear
ahead.
Ezio saying a fuck when he realizes it's actually the starport that blew up.
No. Something in space blew up. The starport is on the ground.
Yeah.
Use a starport to get a shuttle up to the space dock.
What's the space dock, not the starport? Okay, sorry.
So don't get me wrong, I also flip round my speech sometimes, especially when I'm talking quickly. I get confused with it as well.
No, it's fine, Can happen. Just... You see Ezio being worried for a moment, and then suddenly, oh wait, we parked it on the ground. Never mind. And then he realized there's falling debris.
Mordecai, be careful with that data slate, but hold on to it for now. But be wary of it, and, well, don't let it out of your sight for now. Or at least out of your possession. Can't have you staring at it the whole time, that'd be ridiculous.
Yes, my lord.
My
So-
precious.
Winters, you can easily disable the controls to the cognate unit for the bridge, so it will not lower again.
I'm definitely gonna take out all the components that are not supposed to be there,
Sure.
and then I'm gonna do that.
Sure. Yep. You can basically empty out the shell of the other cognate unit, the one with the data slate. Well, the one that had the data slate in. You turn to the other one for the bridge controls. Open that up as well, just to make sure. And that's all standard tech. So okay, right. And you do your magic upon it. Then can you try to have a look at the engine of the truck? So it is a rugged. I'm going to use a quick version of the Only War rule. It is a rugged vehicle, so you would have a quite a high bonus to it. It's not a difficult job, so if you give me a tech use with a plus 50 to it. So sadly we only got up to 100, so you get 9 degrees of success and then plus 1 for passing. That gives you 10. So it takes you about 15 minutes to get the hood up, have a look at the engine. You can see where the shots went in and what's been damaged. The engine is ticking over, so you're basically just making sure it's not going to die somewhere along the 7-day trip. Actually I'd say a bit before with 10 degrees. So maybe like 2 minutes, 3 minutes before you actually are finished. Those of you who are not doing anything would see something coming burning out of the sky.
That seems bad.
So I don't like the AM or CB radio effect that I have. It's far too noisy for me. So let's just say over your microbeads, you all hear a very, very noisy, staticky communication. This is Sergeant Kroon. To any of the away party, this is Sergeant Kroon. We have an emergency situation. To any of the Inquisitorial's party, I am coming down. Hard coordinates. She lists off a number of coordinates. Cannot change to directory. Meet me in these coordinates. We have one chance to get to space.
Can I roll navigate to determine where that is?
Sure, you can indeed.
Any bonuses?
I'll give you a plus 10. Winters. Can you give me a logic roll? Or anyone with logic can technically give me a logic roll for this.
I have logic.
Okay, hearing the coordinates coming in, and I will say for other people the difficulty is a little bit more, but for Mechanicus I would imagine you've looked at maps, surveyed areas, taken in that knowledge. But other mortals you're gonna get roughly. So for Winters, those coordinates are way off. It will take you 2 to 3 days to get there easily. However, when you try to respond, she doesn't seem to be able to hear you. Mordecai, you think it's like 3 days away drive. But Winters, roll me Law Adeptus Mechanicus.
Common law?
No, Forbidden Law. Yeah, Forbidden Law.
I don't know why, but I don't have Forbidden Lore Adeptus Mechanicus.
I think you should. You can just roll it with. Well, actually, you have tech. Like, you do have tech forbidden, don't you?
No. I have RQ, Tech, Heresy, Inquisition, Mutants, and Chaos Marines.
I think you're meant to have Forbidden Lore Adeptus Mechanicus.
I think that's only war.
I think that's only war.
No, I seem to remember my character got. It was either he got given it. I think you got given it. Add it to your character as a just a known thing. You know of it, because it is something that you would know about as a member of the Adeptus Mechanicus. You've reached the rank of Tech Priest, so you're not clueless about the things you can do with tech that the Imperial Guard should not be told about.
So, Forbidden Lore Adeptus Mechanicus?
Yes. So basically a flat intelligence.
Oh, come on!
I shouldn't laugh, I'm sorry.
Would you like to re-roll? Everyone's using up their free re-rolls.
Not really, because I kind of want to keep that fate point when I inevitably fuck up my Medicaid for Mordecai.
And kill me. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Use it on this roll.
Mordecai won't ever die. It's fine.
Okay.
You won't ever die.
It got
again.
worse.
Okay, it got worse. So it takes you a little bit longer, perhaps a little too long. Perhaps. If you act quickly, you might be able to improve your odds. She doesn't seem to, and I will add, whilst you are thinking, the Inquisitor is trying to respond to her, but she does not respond to him, so clearly there is an issue with the signal. You could overload the Vox transmitter on the vehicle to give a massive, to basically burn out signal. Boost it as high as it can go. There's a chance she might see it on her auger rays and be able to correct her trajectory to bring herself closer to where you are. This will be a tech use -10, however. And you are on the clock.
Da-da.
I'm just gonna look at the Inquisitor and say, I have a terrible idea. So, there's something wrong, probably on her end.
Stop explaining and do it. I know I can't talk to her.
Okay.
He's quite frustrated. He's like trying to, Sergeant Kroom, change trajectory, he's trying to get through to her and can't. So basically, you swing open the driver's side door to a very scared PDF soldier who's like coming down from his adrenaline high. You just barge past him and do some hocus pocus with the old Vox emitter in the vehicle, and all of a sudden, everyone, you all hear a really, really ear-piercingly high shriek of broadcast signal. So, Sergeant Kroom. With a 33. She had to use a fortune dice though. She got a 55 and then a 33. Good job she's not psychic. With a 33, she does have enough degrees of success that after a couple of heartbeats, you hear over the Vox, correction, coming in at new coordinates are given. She's going to come in around 4 hours to your west.
Did I blow up the Vox unit?
Yes.
Wonderful.
However, you are fortunate that the gun cutter itself has a powerful Vox relay, and you are using your microbeads. And the reason why everyone heard what was going on was because a couple of episodes ago, Winters, you put everyone's microbeads on a constant broadcasting loop.
Yay, I help. In the meantime, I'm going to try and fix up Mordecai.
Our gun cutter is crash landing on the planet.
The
Yeah, that seems
Inquisitor's
bad.
gun. The
Oh, the
Inquisitor's
okay.
gun cutter.
I don't care about the Inquisitors.
It does look as if it's coming down in a controlled crash. Winters would definitely know there's something wrong with that gun cutter. Darius and Ezio might know there's something wrong with that gun cutter. If you want to know for sure, give me Imperial Creed or your common law for being a guardsman. Just to see if you've seen gun cutters come down in like really, really terrible conditions.
Just think I have.
Darius, I'll probably give it to you. Yeah, you've probably seen a gun cutter or two come down. Probably a troop lander before. There's an awful lot of fire. You're like, yeah, that's not good.
I'm looking at everyone. I'm yelling at the top of my lungs. Get in the fucking truck. We're going to go get her.
What do we do with the bodies?
It does look
I
controlled.
I did loot parts of the device.
Yeah, we need some knives, all right? But like, what's the Inquisitor want doing with them?
So he's ordered that they're being left, and a cleanup team is coming. So other people will move them into a pile and burn them. If you want to try and grab some bits, so you still have all your las packs over here.
Yeah,
I
I'm
won't
going
just
to
have you forget about them. You have about 15 minutes where Mordecai's getting treated out of the moving vehicle to grab stuff, and otherwise, you're not really putting into the conversation and being stood where you are. So you can grab what you can, but I will warn you, I want to see a 1d3 off of each person who's going to be looting. Mordecai and Winters, you two specifically can't loot if you're going to be getting Healy Goodness. And Ezio, if you want Healy Goodness too, you're also going to have to forego looting.
I just look at Winter say, give it in the truck. I want to try study one of those arms.
There is
later.
going to be a negative to getting first aid in a truck.
It's fine.
Because you're
Mordecai wants to
moving
study
around.
one of the arms.
Okay, but don't blame me if I stabbed you instead.
Do I also roll 1d3 because I started loading before?
Yeah, it's 1d3. Well, no, because I also saw you come running down to the Inquisitor, and there's only, this has been a very quick event. Since the end of combat, there's probably been about 10 minutes where Winters was working on the engine, maybe 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you're getting an extra 10 minutes to go around and loot. All these things stink. They fucking reek. Darius will be able to attest for this. The gribbly things, they just stink. They're reeking, filthy creatures. Or at least their innards make you smell of that.
I'm just going to go up to a couple of the non-burned ones and just chop off their arms.
Can I ask real quick?
What's up, Darius?
Yeah.
What color are they?
I believe they're a purpley colour because they have no adaptations.
So no. It's the skin and the chitin have two different colors. What that color combination is depends on the High Fleet.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I think it's this colour here because they have no.
Behemoth?
They have no adaptation. Like they're well, for Dark Heresy at the very least. If they have acid or poison blood or the toxic quality to their weapons, then they are from a Pacific High Fleet. Not all of them will have that, or at least that's how it seems to be in how this edition of Dark Heresy has run it. Fair enough. Actual High Fleet Behemoth may have termagants that shoot solid, well, living ammo and toxic ammo and different types of ammo. But in this, it's
coloration on the different parts of the body. It always have the same color scheme of what their high fleet is. It's different variations on. There'll be an extra spore pack or something on the.
I believe this is like purpley, violety, and cream.
Okay, so it's not Behemoth.
Leviathan, sorry. Behemoths are red and purple.
See, now I thought each high fleet also had a specialty to it because of what they were fighting.
They do. That is their specific one. That's just representative of their own color.
Yeah, and I was pretty sure, at least I hope I got this right, that Leviathan is meant to be one that has no adaptations. It is just the plain vanilla Tyranids.
Pretty much.
Okay, cool. I did get it right. Yeah, it is meant to be these little buggers here.
So it's only the small high fleets that are really super specialized.
So yeah, if you want to do some looting, it's a 1d3 for how many arms you can find that are intact, not burnt, not blown up, not shot to shit. Yeah. But if you want healing, you can't. If you want healing, you can't loot. So what was that, Jim?
Out of character, just to refresh my memory. Tiffany was in our ship, right? Not on the spaceship.
No, Tiffany is aboard the spaceship. Hang on.
Wait. I thought she was with our thingy. Was it our transport ship?
The cutter.
Our cutter, yeah.
No, I don't believe she's on the cutter because
she's on the rogue trader ship.
She's not mission critical, so she'd be on the rogue trader ship.
Ah, shit.
Why would you think I'd let your girlfriend come along just to be safe, just to be near you on the ground and safe? Don't be silly. She's up there where the danger is.
I thought she was. I thought she was on our gun cutter. That's why I wasn't panicking as Liliana. That'd be a roll dodge check, just in case.
Yeah, I'm gonna take bits rather than let you heal me. I'll heal me in a second. I got one bit.
If you're gonna loot as well, or can I fix him up?
Ezio, are you gonna get healed or are you gonna loot?
Heal, please.
This guy's like, I'm gonna take a back seat now. I got my arm. That's all I wanted. I'm gonna go study it for 4 hours.
So that's 4 degrees of success plus Winter's intelligence bonus.
5.
So 9 health points have been returned.
Wait.
Actually, I think it's 10.
Yeah, it should be 10 because 4 plus 1.
Yeah, I've missed out the 1 for succeeding. 10 health points have been returned to you. So, as you are done looting and everyone who was sensible has been healed, you jump back in the car, and the PDF members shakenly start the car up and follow the Inquisitor's orders to head to this location. Driving over most of the creatures, skidding a little bit as they turn around and the bodies are just squashed and smoothed out onto the tarmac. You head off. It's going to take you a little over an hour to get to where the gun cutter is coming down. About half an hour? Well, no, sorry. About 15 minutes in. Darius, definitely Darius, Winters, and probably Ezio. This is where you can tell it's definitely a controlled landing, because although there's a lot of fire in the sky, 15 minutes has gone by and it has not actually hit the ground. So it's a very high, steep angle for the nose, and it's coming down hard, but seems to be positioned.
Could I have got healed in the truck? Well,
Yes, you can get healed in the truck. There's a -10 Winters to all healing tests being done in a moving vehicle.
Wouldn't have mattered if it was out. 8? What?
8. Winters has 5. Has 5.
I failed though.
You
Oh, sorry.
failed.
Sorry, for some weird reason, I thought I swapped them around in my head
I mean,
again.
I'll take 8 HP.
No,
It's fine.
no, you don't. No, you don't.
Does that mean I can't
Slap
get
your hand.
healed now?
Yep, for another 24 hours until you take another wound.
God damn it!
Pretty much.
Fair.
Pretty much.
Don't blame me.
I mean, the car jostling around did nothing there, so it's fine.
You did want loot, didn't you?
It wouldn't have made a difference.
Oh, but nothing
yes, it
may have
would have.
decided. Nothing
Because-
may have decided.
A tiny heal thing.
May. No, not yet.
It would have made a difference because I would have got the 39 on you instead, but no,
Oh, this is
Yeah.
true, actually. Yeah, this is true.
Oh yeah.
you wanted to have it on the road.
You want
Your
to
own downfall.
Can Winters also heal me while we're on the road?
Yes, -10. As Winters gets out another Medicaid syringe and jabs it and fucks up again. Just
I imagine that
well.
while Winters was trying to like fix
the
me
needle
up,
snaps.
I'm paying too much attention to like this the arm that I ripped off of a Tyrannid, and I'm like studying it. Like, how is it so sharp? What's going on?
I'm gonna
Might
start
be
bringing
doing that very
controls and proper medical equipment and cybernetic limbs, so whenever you fuck up, I can just start replacing it with the cybernetics.
Are you doing that
Please don't
where
have to do that to
we
me.
are?
Yeah, no.
At least I know how to fix those.
I mean, we could just psychically heal each other.
Do you want to die?
I can't technically
Harriet
do that
begins to
just
stare.
yet, buddy.
So for the Psychers, you have regained your psi power. You'd also notice that the power of the crackle seems to have detensified massively. Like, you're not really in any pain anymore either. But as you come ever closer to where the gun cutter would have come down, out of your guys' line of sight, because it was quite close to the ground, she rolled a 16 for her emergency landing. So there's a huge plume of smoke, of dust that comes up and almost engulf. Well, no, it would engulf the vehicle that you're in. But after 5-10 minutes, it dies down, and you can hear Sergeant Kroon on the Vox. And she appears to be in one piece. Inquisitor, some mutiny has happened in the starport. It seems as if the head of the Adeptus Mechanicus has revolted and turned his back on the God Emperor's light. The second in command has rallied all those still loyal to the Omnisire, the God Emperor, and he is waging a ongoing fight. But we need your assistance, sir. Lord, the weird shrimp, he moved his ship. He disengaged from the space station and moved to another side. Fortunately, we were not caught up in the explosion. But now his ship is under attack by the servants that are loyal to the fallen tech priest. Advise. Also, my ship, your ship. You can hear us. There's a grating as she corrects on ownership of the ship. Your ship was fitted with additional something orbital thrusters to give it the ability to get back into space, sir. Well done, Acolyte. Who fitted the it was that shrimp, sir. He said he knew how to get over the crackle, so he fitted these things to your ship. I'm so sorry, sir. Unsworth? Did what to my ship?
Is that the small tech priest?
No, that's the small midget.
It's
Yes.
a midget.
The midget. Yeah.
With the human
Trader.
face dog.
Yeah, they can barely speak.
We're gonna fucking explode, aren't we?
I might explode before we get there. I'm in a lot of pain.
We can explode after we get there when people stop us fucking uprising.
Sir, your acolytes on the station have taken action and are holding down certain key locations with the help of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Shoto's crew are also assisting in taking back control of the station, but the second in command, some Magos Dominus, he has informed me to take you directly to an Adeptus Mechanicus shuttle port that he still controls to expedite your travel, sir. We're all over the station, fighting in every location. But TT, he informed me that he was fascinated by the changes done to your ship, sir. He didn't protest when I asked. You hear the Inquisitor's teeth begin to grind. Very well. We will be with you momentarily. If the ship is prepared to take off, get things ready. If not, we'll have Winters check out the additions. Aye, sir, I'll run the pre-takeoff. Emperor protect. Emperor protect. Well, Winters, this may explain the issue with work personnel.
Winters just casually reloads the shotgun shell she fired earlier. Yes, it does. And I would like to have a stern word with the rebellious tech priest.
As would I. Inquisitor lights a low stick and seems to go into fort for a couple of minutes. It's about 5 minutes until you actually come to where the gun cutter has come down. There's quite a long skid mark where it's come down on its pans and kind of skipped and bounced a little along the floor, but it's actually not so bad. You can see why so much dust was kicked up from the length of the skid. But then, as you get closer, Winters, you can also see why this may have happened. It seems as if Mr. Turbine's modifications were to strap two massive rocket engines, extra thrusters, to the gun cutter. This has not been done gracefully. It has not been done with love. It has been done very, very quickly.
Is he a Gretchen?
No.
Is he a...
That response took 2 seconds too long.
Yeah. He is snottling.
No.
Is there a big red button that makes it go?
There is a big red button.
Oh no!
Oh, this is gonna go so well.
Okay, so how likely is it that I'm gonna compare this to Ortec?
Very unlikely.
Are you sure I'm from Ryza?
No, very unlikely. So the car pulls up, you basically all get out. There's a moment where words are shared between the Inquisitor and Sergeant Kroon. But it takes a moment, you're told to go and have a look at the work anyway, to give the Inquisitor a bit of peace of mind. It looks very steampunky. It's not slapdash, but it's not Imperial. You're 100% sure this is not Imperial ways to fix extra engines to machines. Like, the spirit cannot be pleased at this addition. You're thinking to yourself about structural integrities and all sorts of wear on components with the additional weight of this. 2 extra booster engines almost. And it doesn't... It seems to be... Well, you soon find out. It's basically fly-by-wire booster. So it's a big red button that when you push the button down, it fires. And when you take pressure off the big red button, it releases boost. Which is an ingenious way of getting over the crackle. But yes, it looks very steampunky.
I mean, I'm no stranger to field fixes and impromptu solutions, but this takes the cake.
Yep.
What did I miss?
Cake? Where?
No. What did you do? What kind of tech?
So, essentially, someone has done some modifications to the Inquisitor's gun cutter that are by no means standard whatsoever, and look very steampunky. And yeah, there's no other way I can say it, so just steampunky for now. Winters, give me a tech use test with a... We'll give you a plus 20. It's a gun cutter, it's a standard, you're only checking the work over. A 4. So with 11 degrees of success, you make a few tweaks as you go. Like, you can see that certain things have become loosened on their way down. It seems as if the weight calibration isn't right. Something is rattling, which is causing vibrations to loosen things. So as you go, you're kind of tightening up bolts, but it's blasphemy. Don't get me wrong, it's blasphemy, but as you look at it, you're kind of like, it is working. It's not going to explode. There does not seem to be anything wrong, but you have improved your chances by tightening up bolts.
On a purely technical level, everything is fine. On a spiritual, everything is on fire.
Exactly.
It's much how Mordecai feels right now.
Yeah, that's about right.
So, for the rest of you, Winter's exam takes about 15 minutes. And Winter's in that time, you can also speak to Sergeant Kroon and ask to give, can you hit the button? I'd like to see what kind of vibrations. You can do all sorts of checks. But for the rest of you, you have about 15 minutes just to go and, grab some food, wash up a bit, sort yourselves out, stow your equipment before, you would be taking off.
Check with the Inquisitor to see if there's any better armor he might be able to lend me, because I am almost dead.
Sergeant, is my arsenal on board? Oh, but of course, sir, I wouldn't allow that thing to have it. Them. Very well. Yes. would be the word acolyte, and when I say yes, I mean if you damage it, I will burn your soul into a realm that you do not want to ever even see. For the next encounter, Mordecai, you can wear the Inquisitor's Stormtrooper carapace. Hang on. No, sorry, it's Tempestus carapace. So, your armor is 6 all around. I don't believe we're doing the agility. No, because we're using second edition, first edition items. Yeah. So, yeah, 6 to all locations.
Awesome. I thank him profusely.
Oh, by all means, I'll have it back. He smiles as you'd probably end up going into the same part of, so the Inquisitor's gun cutter doesn't have the cargo bay like yours has. It has more storage areas, prisoner bays, cognate banks, and other such stuff that he needs on his personal gun cutter. When you go into his arming chamber, Mordecai, you'd see there's 2 suits of armor there. There's the Tempestus carapace armor, which is black with gold filigree on it, and then next to that, in a little secure prison cell, is the Inquisitor's heavy power armor with gold and baroque filigree all over it. You see, he goes and puts the power armor on.
Well, I wouldn't expect to get his power armor. Lord. That's...
No. He's taking this a lot more seriously than what he had done previously. He's now like, yes, fucking let's go for everything. Bring everything.
I'm actually going to ask him, does he have any excess ammunition on board? So something that would fit in a shotgun.
Does he have any spare grenades?
And flamers. Flamers are good.
Ammo, I only have standard. If you need any standard ammunition, you can take a couple of clips. But apart from that, I don't have any hot shot or man stop or anything along those lines.
That's alright. I'll make do. Continue reloading my weapons, cleaning everything up, and clean off any blood that's on the stock.
I'm being very careful putting on the Stormtrooper carapace. He's like, oh, better not get hit, otherwise he's gonna get scratched and he's gonna kill me.
Oh, sorry, Winters. I should also remind you, and I can't actually remember if I told everyone else. The Inquisitor does have an optical mechadendrite. I do keep forgetting this.
Wait, what?
That's the first time I heard of it.
He's an optical mechadendrite or an augmetic eye?
No, he has an augmetic eye and an optical mechadendrite.
Oh. Huh.
I keep forgetting that he has the optical mechadendrite because it was an after-game acquisition. Yes, Jim, I stole it from that person. 100%. I ripped it from that person's body and stole it.
At least that person was useful for something.
But I always forget that he has it. No, unfortunately, I don't have any grenades I can offer up. I don't have any ammo.
Do you have poison?
Darius, have a rented bolt pistol with a red dot sight. And 3...
bolt anyway, so don't worry about it.
What was that?
It's bolt anyway, so don't worry about it.
No, you can't use bolt. Well, you never know. You might be able to use it by next encounter.
Oh, there's a bolt pistol going.
Wait, bolt pistol or bolt gun with a
bolt
red
pistol.
dot?
Bolt pistol with a red dot.
How much XP have I got? Yeah. I might actually be able to buy bolt now, honestly.
So we'll leave the acquisition of all the Inquisitors' loot till after the session, but it will be an option. Basically, he is literally emptying out his own personal armory.
I think I'm gonna grab it.
Sure. Do I have any other items I can give out? Who's a melee fighter?
Yes. Me and Liliana.
Hey, what was that?
Melee.
Yeah.
So I've got a raptor blade or a power. Well, actually, okay. So you would need to buy power, but I've got a raptor blade, which, as far as I'm aware, is primitive. It has razor sharp and tearing.
Okay, I'm gonna flip a coin. Since I'm on the left, I'm gonna be 1. Mordecai is gonna be 2.
Or there's the Dazurian power blade, which is a flip out, concealed, power blade.
Which one do you want, Mordecai?
So wait, so it was an option between the raptor blade, a power sword, and a power.
Just
knife?
the power blade, because he's got to go in with something. So he'll have his power sword and his suppression shield, but he's giving up the raptor blade and the Dazurian power blade, which is a think of Assassin's Creed's blade, but as a power blade.
Okay. Well, we can sort that out after the session. Which ones of us is taking which?
That sounds extremely cool, by the way.
Yeah, like that's so cool.
Does he have a spare suppression shield, or does he have any poisons?
He doesn't have any poisons, and he doesn't have a spare suppression shield, unfortunately.
Oh boy, the pistol. Oh, that's fantastic.
Unfortunately, this is maybe a turning point for him, where he's now looking at his armory, going,
Do
we need to acquire more shit.
Yeah.
I just want spare parts to fix my gun.
But who knows? Maybe soon you'll be able to acquire them. We shall see. So, you do your checks, Winters, and everything seems okay. It will be up to you to decide if this is true blasphemy that needs to be reported to those within the Adeptus Mechanicus, or if this is a heresy that can be overlooked for now. Or maybe this is innovation, and you'll have to decide for yourself if that is good or bad. But for now, with the matter of great urgency being the matter at hand, you have to let that go and just give the Inquisitor "it will not blow up" kind of thumbs up. And it won't. You can be kind of 100% assured of that. With the signal given, you hear over the comms basically the Inquisitor telling you all to prepare. This may be a hairy ascent to the heavens. A few moments later, the engines could be heard spooling up to full. And they're really so, Liliana, you always make a big point of this. The vibrations on the ship just do not sound healthy at all. Winters, actually VV would be on, no, VV would know you would be down here. So VV would be up on the ship. Sorry, the in the space station. So, Winters, you'd be told to go into the engine bay. And in the engine bay, you'd see that VV has left, basically a little note. Do your best. I think what he's done is quite fascinating. Some crazy little but can you give me a tech use test? This would be... It's not difficult, you're regulating the power. Give me a tech use test with a plus 20. Again, I know you've got high bonuses, but it's not a difficult test.
I do also have a MIU, so it's probably more calming the machine spirit down than actually working the engines.
Yes, so when you actually... So you'd actually get another plus 10. Holy shit, I think you've had like a 5, a 4, and now a 2. So yes, the machine spirit is not opposed to the union, but it does seem to be tiring the machine in terms of the add-on is working, but because of all the rattling where it's not actually tuned properly, it's causing more wear and tear on components. You think for a short-term thing this will work, and as the engines are spooled up to full, you can moderate the power a fucking shitload more than what was going on the way down. You do notice, however, even though you're doing a sterling job, you do still need that additional boost because the engines and componentry is just not working properly. You reckon there's about 60% efficiency, so 40% loss, and you're, again, for the crackle, which is affecting it, this is quite shocking, because you hadn't had the data on how much this affected space vehicles. But as you can see, the pilot has spooled up the engines to full. She hits the button, and you see a wire pulling a lever that activates a fuel pump that then sends the fuel down, and it seems more mechanical than electrical in terms. There's a huge boost, and the craft begins to take off. I should give Sergeant Kroon another roll of the dice. 66. It's not difficult. Her target's 80. She's getting nothing for that. She's getting nothing for that. So yeah, she would minus 10 for the crackle. But then she'd be getting pluses because she's got more power from Heresy. So yeah, no, 66 would be fine. So yeah, the turbulence that's taking hold of you guys at the moment. I imagine Heresy has like locked herself into like Mechanicus feet treads, so that she's like stood up yet locked in to be able to work all the consoles and shit. But the rest of you in your harnesses are just being shaken all over the place. This is the worst turbulence that some of you have ever experienced. Again, Darius, Ezio, maybe not. Coming down in war zones, probably worse.
I think leaving the club was probably worse.
That too. And there are a few moments when it seems as if something not hits the gun cutter, almost as if a void of air, it just seems to drop like 20-30 feet just straight down before picking up again. Takes a lot longer than you'd expected to get into orbit, but after 15 minutes or so, or at least what feels like a lot longer, you feel the feeling of gravity just lifting up your stomach and lifting you off of your seat before the anti-grav kicks in, keeping it just below Earth standard. You have reached space again. So it's at this point you can all get up and move about if you so wish. Winters, because of your excellent roll, essentially, if you hadn't have got such a good roll, you would have seen that one of the auxiliary engines, the extra add-ons, was actually heating up part of the exterior armor and heating up the electronics there. But with a natural 2, you basically saw that happening. It was like, okay, I'm going to lower the, do some magic mumbo jumbo and sort that problem out. I wasn't expecting such good rolls. So you get up into the stratosphere quite nicely. If you guys want to look about at what's going on in space, you can at this point. There are a number of, well, there's the gun turret that you can get up and look into, and there's also the cockpit, where I believe... Yeah, no, it'd be Kroon on her own, because Ezio would be getting ready for war.
I'll head up to the cockpit and take a look at what we're heading into.
I would like to use the country's Auspex stuffs and other sensory equipment via the MIU.
Sure, you can do that. You can do that from the engine bay. By all means. So, Liliana, as you get into, let's say you get into the turret, you're looking around there. You can just about make out the space station. It's kind of odd because it's a dark surface on a dark sky, so it's not easy to pick out all the details. But as the gun cutter sort of comes around into space more, so you're getting the sun hitting the station more directly, you can make out far more of the glittering metals and the large part of the station itself. As you do a Psyniscience check, there's something really odd going on. You're not quite sure you're still a very, very long way away, but there's definitely something odd going on now that you're above the crackle, but you can't quite put your finger on what it is. But it's in the direction of the space station. Darius, as you go into the cockpit and begin looking around, you too can make out the space station, but as you wait a few moments for the craft to swing round and start heading towards it, you can make out that there's a few things spinning around the space station. It seems to be debris.
Yeah. Gonna ask, what was the name again? Sorry, Kroon?
Debris.
No.
Sorry? Geddy, you have broken up massively for us, I'm afraid.
The pilot's name, I think he was saying. He has broken up for me as well.
He's really breaking up for me too.
The Omniscient has claimed his soul.
Oh, fuck. Give me a second. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me
Yes,
now?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
It is Sergeant Kroon.
Hey. Yeah, Sergeant Kroon. So I'm gonna ask her simply that. Looks like debris. Don't think that's gonna be an issue, is it?
She looks at you and just there's a coy smile. No.
Yeah. Gonna laugh a little at that. So were you in there when it took off? I don't quite recall what you said.
No, I was on board the ship. This ship. I was looking after the little psycho boy. He said there was something going on. Like the Inquisitor didn't want him fully zonked out, not like Nuttala, that crazy bitch. He seemed to be able to compose himself a little bit better, you know.
Hang on, he felt something?
He was the one who told us.
Hang on, I'm hitting the comms on and asking the Inquisitor and either of the Psychers to come in here.
Yeah,
I'll go there.
I'll come in as well, kind of like make sure to hold the bag my bag quite close to my side.
As the Inquisitor steps out, looks up the corridor, sees everyone going towards the cockpit, he hits his internal microbead on his helmet. Obviously, his voice changes a little bit when with a helmet, but I'm not going to do that. Darius, I highly recommend we communicate out here. Cockpit's getting a little crowded, don't you think?
Right, yeah. No, Kuhn's got some info. The boy felt something before all this shit went down. Must be something psychic. That's why I'm asking for you guys and one of their opinions.
He was probably reading what Nuttala was putting out, to be honest with you. The boy's a mirror psycho. They're rare. Like, extremely rare. I've only ever heard of one myself, and that child's record is blank.
Sorry, the concern.
They have an ability to learn and project abilities. Learning is a lot easier for them, and projecting is natural. Yet when they project, they have no ill effects. Their connection to the warp is uncannily stable. So what the boy said was essentially what Nuttala was seeing, whilst Nuttala was under the devastating mental effects that come with precognition. The boy is not. It's how he was able to learn your techniques off you so easily.
Ah, I still prefer Nutella.
I don't, personally.
She's nuts, but
I like her because she's weird.
Alright, I'm turning back to the pilot and asking. Sorry about that. Anything else?
Well, it's kind of creepy up there. From what Unsworth was telling me, the servants of the Omnisire are under the Renegade's control. And the only ones that seem to be still loyal are the ones that still have a bit of flesh somewhere. Which basically means that 90% of the Adeptus Mechanicus are currently killing 10% of the Mechanicus. And lo and behold, as the Cogboys usually like, the 10% are on our side. So it's kind of messy up there.
So
one of the
ones that are loyal are... Wait, the only ones that are loyal are which ones, sorry?
So the ones that were once human and still have their sentience are loyal. The rogue tech priest has taken control of all the Cybernetica servants of the Omnisire. So all tech priests... Yeah, all the servitors essentially are under the rogue's control. But as it stands, that's like 90% of all
Mechanicus
you know,
forces.
yeah, are all Cybernetica. So,
oh boy.
If Winters is anywhere near us, I'll just say, you know, that's why I don't want to go full metal. Like, ever.
The flesh is weak.
This is why you don't do that shit. We learned this all the way back on Rise Up in one of our first fucking courses. Don't willy-nilly link to people. It's what gets you killed.
well, I don't know about linking and all of that nonsense, but the explosion was a PDF line ship. Servitor was refueling it, from what Unsworth told me. And, well, that's most of this debris as well. Servitor just just ignited, just overloaded, and well, it went.
Are there any other war-capable ships in system?
Let me see what Nuffle decides. How good was Unsworth with his time? Well, he uses a fortune point to start with, so he's not been that lucky.
Oh boy.
He's not been very lucky, to be honest with you. Unsworth said he had some weird auger signals, but couldn't really pin it down. And that was, what, maybe a couple of days after you landed? And then, well, he got an odd signal today, and that's when the boy was saying that the PDF would go in flames, that the Omnisire would turn its back on the Emperor of Mankind, and the God Emperor would cease the storms for its some such nonsense. But Unsworth just looked at him and went, okay. Just undocked the ship, moved it to the other side, and began work on the Inquisitors. Again, anyone who's talking to her in person, you can see the side of her face wrinkles a little bit as if she twitches. The Inquisitor's gun cutter. She really does think it's hers.
Yeah, I think I'm on the cockpit because Darius called me. I'm gonna pat her on the shoulder and say, there.
Hang on, is this the ship she rescued me in?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, were you rescued by gun cutters? Because if not, then she stole a ship.
It was basically any available craft, so it could have been.
Okay, then if in your backstory it was any available craft, then it would have been this one. But if you were very specific, like an Argos an Argus lifter came down, then she would have stolen a lifter to come down.
I will check. It was this.
The Inquisitor basically. The Inquisitor basically said, "Look, don't listen to them. I give you no orders. Do what you want to do. I will protect you in any actions that you may take up or do." And she was like, "Cool," to the planet.
Yeah, no, it's described as an aircraft, so alright. Patting her in the back, and as far as I'm concerned, this is your ship.
That was it. Liliana and I suppose Darius, you would possibly notice as you kind of look around, she does have a number of small trinkets, like a luck charm that's round the steering wheel of the, well, not the steering wheel, but the joystick of the craft. And there's a few little things dotted around, like a piece of faith paper with some high Gothic writing on it. But above, as you look up, onto the top of the bulkhead, you'd see that there's actually the name of the craft inscribed. The Sky Beast.
I fucking knew it.
God damn it. Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
yes. Can't remember if it was the Emperor's Sky Beast or the Sky Beast though. I think it might have just been the Sky Beast.
Alright. If it is the same vessel I'm thinking of, I think it was just Sky Beast.
I think it was.
It was just Sky Beast.
I'm gonna give her a nod.
No, I don't think you would have known.
Well, it possibly, because if you watched...
Thinking about a different Sky Beast.
No, so it was from Roll
The one with
20's.
plot.
Yeah, it's from Roll 20's one, but this is our gun cutter from our campaign that we decided to name Sky Beast as well. But this is one of the few things the Inquisitor got to keep hold of. He lost so much, but he kept hold of his ship. He kept hold of his armor. He's like, no, these are mine. No. Honestly, the Necron gear that I lost was so upsetting. I could have been like, yes, here's a Necron Course Rifle, here's a Necron other weapon, here's a... But no, they all went because I'm law friendly.
Oh, what?
Yeah, we killed a load of
Don't worry
Necrons
about it.
and we got their weaponry. It didn't disappear for some weird reason. No,
It's just
that's
That's-
gone now.
That actually can happen sometimes.
Well, no, so the bodies were disappearing, but we kept the...
Oh.
They decided to leave their weapons for us. It's like, oh, thank you, piece of candy. Oh, thank you, piece of candy. Oh, thank you, piece of
Okay,
candy.
yeah, that's odd. Okay.
Don't forget also who was there.
True. This is also true.
Let's just try to forget that, shall we?
So as you were all chatting, especially Darius and Liliana, you would hear target locked. She, Sergeant Kroon, without thinking or caring about you two standing there, goes straight into evasive maneuvers. Shit. Okay, she did better. So, can Darius and Sergeant Kroon, can Darius and Liliana agility tests -10?
Do I gain any bonuses because I'm Voidborn?
No, this is she has reacted immediately. This is just her reactions and you guys, having a lovely little chat, heading towards the space station, and then all of a sudden, just bang.
Would I not,
Agility -10?
Yes.
would I not need to as well? 'Cause I thought I came up to the cockpit.
Oh,
If you came up to the cockpit and you've been stood around, then yes, you need to roll. If you are stood, if you are sat down, like I know Ezio, for
God
example,
damn it.
is, you don't have to. And Winters doesn't have to because she's got her feet in a Mechanicus lock cradle thing. So the Inquisitor, he gets to roll his flat because he's in a oh, I think he still fails, so in his power armor. So in like this long corridor with like there's a big chunky bit where there are seats, so you can all just sit down and prepare. But it's not like your gun cutter where there are lots of different, your own personal rooms. His is broken up into lots of different rooms for different things. Mordecai, if you'd like, you can leave the data slate on the gun cutter if you want. But you would all hear him, like, there's just this da-dum. As you look round, he's like gone down to his knees in his power armor as he too has been shaken. But anyone who fails, yes, you fall over, basically. That's what the dice roll came to. So, Sergeant Kroon does an evasive maneuver. A few moments later, for Liliana and I believe... No, Darius succeeded, but Liliana failed. So Darius, you can see that there's something burning towards you. A few tense moments go by, maybe just as Liliana pulls herself up, and now she can see what's going on. You'd hear that Sergeant Kroon is given a constant report. What's going on, what her speeds are, what she's doing. It seems to be kind of in a rhythm, kind of mental, can't remember the right word, trance kind of way. And you can see her hands are just playing all over the console as the assistant servitor comes online. She hits another button on the console and does another evasive maneuver. She does at least put out the warning, brace, evasive maneuvers. So you all get a +10 for your tests. Inquisitor gets a plus 20 because he's got the power armor. Jesus, he only just succeeds. He makes his way. He makes his way to a seat.
I grab. Oh,
Yeah, I'm
go ahead.
going to be making my way to the nearest seat as well.
Yeah. Oh god. Okay, no, I'm just gonna grab Liliana instead and drag her. Because Mordecai can actually make his way to a seat.
Yeah.
Sure. So Liliana has hit the floor, but you, Darius, pick her back up as you're able to keep control, and you start making your way. However, you are half a turn behind the others.
That's fine.
So there is a few moments as Sergeant Kroon comes around, almost in a barrel roll corkscrew kind of maneuver, as the turret, the glass, the reinforced plasteel glass, whatever it is, lights up. Light is just shining through the turret as something explodes outside. You can then hear her coming on comms and attempting to communicate to the space station. You then hear another. I need to get his name right. So, coming over the comms. Is a slightly augmented voice. It is not truly robotic. It sounds human, yet there is a definite robotic tone in there. Inquisitor, I am Magus Dominus Garlic. Garlek. It is actually garlic. Fuck. I didn't realise I called him. It's garlic. There's no other way of reading it. That is garlic. Why did I just notice that? Oh dear.
I think it goes well with salt and onions.
Great. I'm sure he's great fried. Inquisitor, I am Magus Dominus Garlek. I have assumed control over the loyal servants of the Omnisire. It would seem as if we have a arch heretic on my station. I need your assistance. My forces can hold down the enemy, however, the command center is under attack from a larger push. I believe the heretic Ziknon wishes to destroy this facility and escape. I will not allow it. I will not allow him to take the Omnisire's work from us. He will face punishment, but I do not have the forces to make the push. And the PDF garrison aboard the vessel was utterly destroyed.
Oh, great.
I understand, Magos. Coordinate with a rogue trader, one Ludwig Unsworth, or he's docked. Utilize his people as best you can. We will be with you shortly, but you must deactivate the defenses. I cannot, Inquisitor. The arch-heretic has taken full control over our defenses. I am struggling to gain control. He is using some... The line is eerily quiet for a moment. Inquisitor, what do you know of the scrap code? More than enough. We will have you contained it. Inquisitor, I have not. It bleeds into my systems. It reaches and corrupts. It has taken control over the defenses. We can attempt to destroy them, but this will significantly reduce my forces. Can you reach the ship bay designated on your HUD? Kroon, can you make it? Captain, that's a long way. Inquisitor, that's a long way through a ship's defense grid. It'll be hairy.
We've got
hairy.
questionable boosters. We can make it.
I would rather have the defenses taken out, even if it's permanently.
I got a gun. I'll combat you. Get on. How many weapons is on the ship?
There's a turret up top, and the rest is controlled by the co-pilot.
One of us going up top. One of us is taking the co-pilot seat to control these. I take the front-facing weapons or something.
Yes. As far as I'm aware, as far as I can remember off the top of my head right now, the Inquisitor's one is fully equipped, which means it has a nose gun. It has, well, so it technically it has two side turrets, but that's the two side turrets controlled by the co-pilot. The middle gun is controlled by the pilot, but then there's also a turret that's on top, which is controlled by a person. You do need operate in order to use the weaponry, however.
All the weaponry?
Yes.
I will probably go to the turret.
I
Do you
believe it's any operate.
I have
will
two
allow
ticks
you.
in every operate.
Say actually you go for the co-pilot in case something drastically happens, and I actually have operate surface, so I can take the turret. Co-pilot still has a lot of control over the actual vehicle, or will have control over the vehicle itself.
So, as far as I'm aware, the co-pilot does planning and route. The pilot does all the quick evasive maneuvers and things like that, but also has a front-mounted twin-linked bolter? I think it's a twin-linked bolter, or it's a twin-linked multi-las, I can't quite remember. The two turrets on the side are twin-linked bolters, and the one on the top is a twin-linked multi-las. So Ezio is on bolters, Darius is on multi-las, and Sergeant Kroon is on multi-las as well.
What do you think, or something else, Ezio? Because we're, after all, we're the gun. We are the gun guys.
And you do have the option, if you want, they can, the Adeptus Mechanicus, the loyal ones anyway, they can take out some of the weapons. But that does mean basically sending in Scutari with death packs and just blowing the shit out of them to stop them from functioning.
Yeah.
I have a question. Do we have void suits on this gun cutter?
So, let me just put this to you. If you're hit, you're dead. If you're hit by proper, like, we're not talking about the little weaponry that's there for fighters. If you're hit by the big shit, you're dead. Flat out, no comprende. If you're hit by the smaller stuff, It's still not going to matter if you have a void suit or not, just because of the sheer amount of flak that's fired. As far as I'm aware, you don't survive a shuttle exploding in the void. If you do, you give your tiny percentages. Yes, there are emergency vac suits. No, they will not protect you for long enough.
No. I'm just asking because in case I can prepare before we actually land to separate them. Because
I can tell you now. If anyone attempts to, the Inquisitor will tell you to stop being fucking stupid. Because if you're going to land on this, if you're going to land on the space station, then you have to get off and get working as quickly as possible. Wearing a spacesuit is only going to hamper your movements doing that. If the shuttle gets hit, then you're dead anyway. And if you're in a vac suit, you cannot assist the group as well, because you're in a vac suit. You're clumsier. Genuinely speaking, a vac suit's a great idea on massive ships, or in ships where there would be a chance. If you get hit, there just isn't. You're gonna be fucked.
I mean, I was more thinking to separate them for when we get to the space station, but it's fine otherwise.
Like, no, you don't separate them. Like, they're in their own individual lockers, because these are big, bulky. Think NASA type of spacesuits that are meant to protect you from radiation.
The old NASA spacesuits.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. So, I'm just gonna be humming, touching the wall as I'm strapped on.
The sounds of the engine is far better now that it's in space, by the way.
That is good to hear.
So, do you want to lose some Skitarii forces on the space station to improve your odds, or do you want to risk it but have more help when you're on the space station?
I'd like more ablative health, please. But I'm not piloting or shooting, so I don't get to choose.
No.
This is a group. This is a group choice. This is you can have less flak coming at you as you're flying in, and less help when you're in the space station, or you can have more help when you're in the space station and more flak coming at you as you're flying in.
Yeah.
More help, always more help.
I personally would vote for less flak, because if you get hit, we basically GG.
Yeah, these are proper anti-aircraft weapons, so I'm gonna say get rid of some of them.
How good of a pilot is Crew?
Very.
She has an 80% target.
Doesn't that also
8%
apply
or
to
80?
full speed boost?
So in terms of aerial combat, because a gun cutter is quite a large vehicle, it would probably only be boosting its speed to a fighter craft, fast fighter craft, but it is also giving out far more heat for things to lock onto.
There is a debris field, right?
So the debris field is the debris left from the ship.
Yeah.
Left over from the ship, the PDF ship that got Yeetus Deletus by Servitor and Prometheum.
Okay, I've got an idea. We find a piece of debris that is slightly larger than the gun cutter, and then we use that as cover to fly towards the station.
The issue of the debris is it's in the vicinity of the space station. So the debris is actually in the defense grid field of fire. So at the moment you're in range of the long range big weapons, which is what they fired at you before. The debris field is in the close range anti-air, anti-fighter grid.
this.
Yes.
The front-facing pilot weapons are 2 long-barrel autocannons, according to...
Autocannons. That was the one.
Yeah. There's 2 long-barrel autocannons for the pilot, and 2 twin-linked heavy bolters for the wing gunners, or for the gunners.
There should also be a turret weapon, shouldn't there?
I think the turret weapon is optional, because it's not on the basic.
Ah, then on this one there definitely is, because I remember.
And that's a multi-las, twin-link multi-las?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, Ezio, you want the bolters, you want the multi-las?
The bolters were the co-pilot seat, so...
Yes.
I mean... I have 52 ballistics. I also have 2 operate. So don't need to think that does the most damage and is the most useful.
So
you get more shots as the...
Technically, the heavy bolters... So without the top turret, no gun can actually shoot behind you. The heavy bolters do have an angle of fire. The turret is the only thing that has a full 360 degree, and it also has the full... it's like the Star Wars turrets, as far as I'm aware. It can go up vertical, to the side, left and right, all the way round.
Yeah, it's got a elevation
variable turret.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got like the Lancaster things, because the Lancaster bombers had the same... I can't remember the name for the type of turret, but it's the one that can
turret.
move. Oh, there you go, ball turret.
Good old
So, yeah.
testicle turret.
Yeah.
You had to make it weird, didn't you?
Oh, you've already called a ball turret, come on.
I mean, it's the technical term.
It was low-hanging fruit as it was.
So,
I
the Adeptus
mean-
Mechanicus tell you, basically to give you the odds here, you can have 2 Scutari assist you from the spaceport, the shuttle port where you're going to land. You can have 2 Scutari that will assist you. These are Garlecs or Garlic. It's Garlick or something
You
like that.
literally called him garlic.
garlic.
It is. No, it was randomly generated. And I just was like, okay, that's a cool name. That's a cool name. That'll do. That'll do.
So you can have garlic sides, or
You can have the main battery weapons that are pointed in your direction will be completely disabled. So
You get
these
main
are things
battery.
like the macro cannon that fired at you before.
Yep.
And
Main
there
battery.
shouldn't have actually been a target lock, but it was more thematical.
again, as much as I love garlic, I think not having the battery shooting us is probably better.
Macro batteries aren't anti-fighter things.
Yes, no,
yeah, but
they're
if they
not.
hit it, we're insta-killed.
Yes, you are.
We'll be fine.
We can only dodge so much.
They will be
Crew will
able to
just need to-
disable.
Burn a fake point for us to not die.
They will be able to disable the flak around the main battery as well, because all main batteries would be protected by flak. So some of the flak will be reduced as well.
Be right back.
Is the
I have another turn.
are the macro cannons fired by a localized auger array, or do they use the station's auger array?
You don't know at this point, and Garlic cannot actually verify, as some of the auger arrays upon the station, some of the auxiliary systems have been taken over by the scrap code.
I mean, my vote for Skitari is, let's face it, completely be selfish, so I don't die. But us not dying completely would probably be the better option.
Sounds like the idea is to move towards taking out the defenses to give yourselves a higher chance at making it to the space station.
Well, all the help they can give is going to be worthless if there's no one to give the help to.
Exactly.
Okay then, so you were informed that if you hang back a few moments, you're told, which Winters will probably understand more, you're told that you give the assault 3 minutes and 19 seconds before initializing your thrusters. And lo and behold, a full 3 minutes and 19 seconds later, you see on the space station there's just this explosion. There's no other way to put it. Basically, they blew up the ammunition room from inside and took out the space station's macro turret on your side, anyway. So at that point, dear old Sergeant Kroon pushes, hits the throttle. You all feel a lurch as, well, I don't know if you'd feel a lurch. I've never been on a spacecraft, but I imagine you would.
You would feel a lurch.
Plus, I don't know about 40k anti-G technology, but we'll say you feel a lot.
Inertia dampers.
Yeah, I know they have them. I don't know how good they are. Every author is different on this respect. But you feel a push as the ship accelerates quickly.
I suppose.
We'll go thematic. The rule of cool. As the thrusters ignite and you are pushed closer towards the space station. How are we all doing for time? Would we like to do this next time, or do we think we can push off into the stars in this session?
I couldn't do it this session, but I would like a bio break, so be right back.
Sure, I imagine that's what most of the party is doing.
It's probably a good place to leave it till next week.
Sure, I mean, excuse me. I do obviously understand you have some weapons that you want to talk about, maybe equipping and doing things with. So
that too.
Sure, we'll call it a good place. As we'll leave it, the Sky Beast, the Inquisitorial gun cutter, is pushing off towards the debris field that is in the middle of this space station, where the defenses have been lowered ever so slightly. You will have to join us in the next episode to find out if, one, Sergeant Kroon's luck is a little bit better than this session's, and two, if they make it to the space station, or if they get turned into space debris themselves. Well,
back at the end.
I'm certainly hoping that they make it there, because it kind of ruined my story if they didn't, but we'll see if they make it there in one piece, or if we lose a few NPCs along the way. We'll find out next time. So thank you all so much for joining me here in the Dumbass class, and I certainly hope I'll see you all on Thursday when we have the end, possibly, of our Warhammer Fantasy game. Won't that be a joy? Closure.
Been a long time coming.
Certainly has. So, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, everybody, and as always, bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Praise the Dark
Yeah.
Gods.
No.
No.